guys, welcome back to the channel. So yeah, pretty big video here. We're finally going to be upgrading the GT86. These are going to be the first real modifications I'm doing to the car. So obviously, as you can see, we're going to be starting with the suspension. So I thought I would just kind of go over what I bought and why I bought it, and then we'll head off to install the parts and get the car aligned, and then we'll be taking it to the track to see how much faster the car is. Alright, let's start off with the shocks. Now, I will leave links in the description for everything that I bought. The shocks are from a company called Shaftwork USA. They are single adjustable shocks. For spring rates, I went with 7Ks in the front, and then the rear is 8K, so 7K, 8K for the spring rates. I think they're 28-way adjustable. We got the billet camber mounts up top, and then also for the rear as well. I believe these are actually from Carcep, the rear top mounts. But yeah, so shooting for around 3.5 negative degrees of front camber, which should be no problem for these front struts. I did go ahead and purchase some camber bolts from, these are SPC camber bolts. And one thing that was recommended to me from Shaftworks is to put in a smaller top bolt. So this is 12 millimeter, so it's even smaller than the stock bottom bolt. I know that's kind of a common setup to move the bottom bolt to the top to get some more camber on a stock car. These are even smaller than that. So these are new bolts, new nuts from Toyota. For the front end links, I went with the SPL. Now I did buy them from Shaftworks, and he does supply these spacers with them to make sure that there's no issues with it hitting the strut, so that should be good. For the rear, the only thing I'm really updating in the rear is I got white line end links, which I might end up replacing with something different, but I think for now they should be fine. And then for the lower control arm, I went with an SPL one. The reason why I ended up going with the lower control arms is, at first I was thinking of keeping them stock, but I want to keep the ride height almost stock. I'm only going to be doing like 1/4 of an inch, about 20 mil drop. And I was thinking that I just wouldn't get the rear camber I needed with the stock arms at that ride height. So I went with the rear control arm so I can go ahead and dial in some more negative camber. So yeah, and same thing with the the fronts, you know, even at that ride height, I should be able to get the negative camber I want. So yeah, so that's it for the breakdown of the parts. Nothing really too crazy, just shocks, end links, and lower control arm for the rear. So let's go ahead and get them installed, and then after that, we'll be heading off to the alignment shop. I'm going to be working with LOH Motorsports. They're about 20 minutes away from my local track here in Ireland. So yeah, they're going to corner balance the car and do an alignment. And then after that, it's off to the track, and hopefully we see some good lap time improvements. Unfortunately, this is all I really captured from LOH, so not much of any footage. But, and I will include the specs of the alignment in the description, but just real quick, front camber, we got to negative 3.8. That was actually without even touching the camber plates, so the shock is still completely vertical. In the rear, 2.3. So it was a good thing that I bought those lower control arms. So unfortunately, I couldn't hit my desired 2.5. I do think there's probably a little bit more adjustment in the lower control arms, but you don't want to turn out the adjusters too far and then risk weakening the part or breaking something on track. As for toe, I went with a little bit of toe in. It's about 0.10 degrees per side. So again, I'll include the alignment specs in the description. But yeah, that's about it. And for ride height, I did get around that 20 mil drop, so I'll include the hub to fender measurement as well in the description. All right, well, we finally made it to the track day. Unfortunately, it wasn't a dry one. The track only got more wet from here on out. Not too many takeaways, unfortunately. I did feel like the balance was more oversteer than anything. I actually ended up disconnecting the rear sway bar after the first set of runs I did, which did seem to help. Even as the track got worse, I was able to go faster. So, yeah, I only got the car back Wednesday. The track day was on a Friday. So, I have very little time with the car. Even on the street, it's been raining since I picked the car up. So, I don't really have much impressions in terms of outright performance. Just a little quick overview of, I guess, how the car just drives normally. Feels great. I didn't really feel like I made any kind of compromises, even though the car is stiff and designed to be, a track-focused setup, if you will. It's very drivable. The track you can see here, Mondello, is an hour away from me, which includes a lot of bumpy back roads and things like that, and it's perfectly fine. It's good on the highway. So again, I don't really feel like I sacrificed anything. You can definitely feel, obviously, it's stiffer, but it's not really unpleasant. So yeah, overall, I'm very happy with the shocks. It is a bit of a shame that I didn't get to really push it on track because of how wet it was, but I still had fun. No drama, it wasn't even close to spinning or anything like that, nor was my co-driver. So overall, positive experience. I will include the best lap of the day in this video, and I will also be posting it separately as well. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.